A few months ago, North Carolina was considered a red state, or one that likely votes Republican, with former President Donald Trump leading the polls. But then, this happened. And Democrats, with Vice President Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, quickly closed the gap. Now, North Carolina is considered a swing state, one of 7 states that will likely decide the 2024 presidential election. North Carolina is a diverse place known for its mountains and beaches, its banking sector and agriculture, and its mix of demographic groups. Political science professor Eric Heberlig unpacks the latest addition to the Swing State Club.
North Carolina is a competitive state because it has a lot of everything, all demographic groups that are critical swing vote.
But Republican candidates for president have won 10 of the last 11 elections in North Carolina. So why do Democrats think they might have a shot this year?
It has a growing younger population. Democrats weren't very enthused about Joe Biden, particularly younger voters. Kamala Harris is younger, brings a lot of energy. That has gotten younger voters excited. North Carolina has a substantial proportion of minority voters, particularly African Americans. They've been excited about Harris. We have a growing high-tech sector, a growing Hispanic population, growing Asian population.
And many of these new arrivals are heading for the suburbs, making them less Republican over time. In 2020, Trump won North Carolina by just 1.3 percentage points.
But you also have white retirees moving to kind of retirement counties. So that's where you get the offset between urban counties shifting Democratic and more rural counties shifting Republican, both driven by migration.
North Carolina has the largest rural population of the swing states, with roughly a third of the state's residents living in the countryside.
Obama's win in 2008 is real evidence of what a challenge it is for North Carolina Democrats to win the presidency here. We think of that as a big win for Obama, but he won it by a total of 13,000 votes, which is just a whisker in a state of this size. And it was really under conditions where everything was going right for him. It was, the Republicans were blamed for a war that was going on in Iraq. There was a recession.
Like voters nationally, their top concern is the economy. Another is immigration. Democrats have made abortion a key part of their platform, but it might not be as big of a vote getter in North Carolina. One recent poll found that only 11% of voters in North Carolina named abortion as their most important issue. That's the lowest percentage of any swing state.
What'll be interesting to see is how much abortion or democracy resonates with Democrats in driving them to vote here. Typically not, because they have a harder time getting on the ballot in North Carolina than in other states. And this time around, we just had a big Supreme Court decision for the North Carolina Supreme Court, allowing Robert Kennedy to remove himself from the ballot. So that'll make it less likely that he would be siphoning off votes, presumably from Trump.
Some Democrats are hoping a recent scandal in the state's gubernatorial race will help their chances. Trump-backed Republican candidate Mark Robinson made inflammatory statements online. Heberlig says it could hurt the Republican ticket.
Robinson is going to have a real challenge raising any more money. Likewise, then that money can't be spent on things that would help other Republicans win, such as their Get Out the Vote campaign.
Trump's advisors think winning North Carolina is critical to his success in this election. Since Harris got into the race, Trump has campaigned there more than any other state besides Pennsylvania.